All right, so today is December 2017. This is the meeting of the Kubernetes CSI implementation group. Most people are out at KubeCon today, so I think it might be just Luis and me.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be there, but
Are you skipping or?
I'm just needed to finish a lot of stuff when I just felt like I needed to add more documentation before you sent out your blog. So that's
Got
what I
it.
did this morning.
That is perfect. So right now, the remaining outstanding issue is number 56813, which Vlad is currently working on. Vlad sent out a PR for this yesterday. There was some feedback that I provided on it. I don't believe he's had a chance to address that just yet. But the burn down team is also tracking it closely. So we'll keep an eye on that. Co-creating target path is part of that work, so it's all part of that PR. There's no other issues that I am aware of. Once this is resolved, I think we're in a pretty good place. Next up is status check for what's outstanding. So I think the big things that we have to keep an eye on are the end-to-end tests and the documentation. The end-to-end tests, we should try to get them merged by the end of the week if possible, because code freeze is going to be lifted on Monday. And then if things get merged in after that, it'll be kind of painful to get them cherry-picked back. So if we could get the end-to-end tests by the end of the week, that'd be great.
Okay.
Do you want to give a status update, Luis?
I haven't started that yet. I was working on documentation.
Okay. Okay, cool. Do you think end of week is possible, plausible, difficult?
I think it's possible because the end-to-end test that I have already is half of it.
Yep.
And I think it may be easier. I mean, if everything goes okay, it should be even easier because I don't have to create a volume attachment object or anything like that. I just test dynamic provisioning.
Perfect.
It should work.
Okay. I don't know if we really need to track packaging as a separate item since it's kind of being bundled into the drivers.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna cross that out.
That's actually, I'm working on that in the documentation anyway.
Okay. So let's keep it as part of documentation, part of the drivers. It doesn't need to be tracked as a separate item.
Yeah.
And then so documentation, blog post, I'll post a link here for the actual blog post. This is completed. Oops. And then so for the documentation, do you want to give a status update on that?
Yeah, I need people to start reviewing it, but most of it is complete. And the last thing I'm working on is how does a developer take their driver and deploy it in Kubernetes? That's the last page I'm working on. So I took you see like sometimes it looks a lot like your blog. I took some of it and then I expanded on it. So I put more detail into it. I'm going to put a diagram of how they interact and who goes first and things like that.
Okay.
And I'm going to put some example YAMLs on how to ingest those sidecar containers into your CSI driver.
Perfect. Cool. So that's coming along. Do you think there's any changes we want to make to the official documentation, or is the PR that was merged sufficient?
The PR that's submerged, it's definitely sufficient for the official one.
Okay.
Because it only describes the CSI section of the persistent volume.
Okay.
And I think that's it, and that's fine. I think the wiki is then describes how. I mean, for a user, that's all they need to know, right? But it is for the administrator and things like that, and all that is taken care of at the wiki. So,
Yeah.
whereas, how do I set up my cluster? How do I set up the storage class? All those things. Which again, the storage class, if you read the wiki, it's like, I know the storage class came from somewhere, it came from your blog. And I'm glad you pointed out those two things too on the cluster. I added those to the wiki also.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I just need people to start reviewing the wiki whenever they can. It should take just like 5 minutes or so.
Okay.
So
sounds good. So that's that, and then the plugins I think are coming along. I don't know if there's any further work being done here.
Yeah, the Portworx one is very close to being done. The only thing I just noticed is I need to update it to the latest spec. One of those things that changed is, for example, before get plugin info, I just asked for a name. Now the name is very specific. So
Yep.
to make sure on that. Also, the errors returned back are very specific. So anyway, I just need to kind of go back and fix a little bit.
Okay.
So
I think we're looking pretty good, honestly.
yeah.
I think the last big scary item is this issue that we're tracking that Vlad's working on, but that's orange, so we're okay there. As long as there is no new issues that creep up, I think we'll be in a good spot.
So the E2E test, should I just make sure that I can mount and not unmount?
So if we could do, I mean, ideally we'd want to test all three paths: attacher, mount, unmount, and provisioner. But if we could get attacher and mounter, unmounter, I think that should be a good start. We could add provisioner later.
I thought unmount had a bug in it. Should I not do that yet?
Unmount does have a bug in it. I think it would be a good idea to write the test and watch it fail.
Okay.
And then have, once Vlad's change merges, have it go to green.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah,
that would validate that this thing is broken. And then, the test, it gets fixed, and then the test verifies that it's actually fixed.
Okay, the attacher test actually I've done already.
Okay.
That's the one that actually checks to make sure the attacher is attaches, and then I look into the mock driver, see that it's attached, and so that's done. That's actually in the code right now. So all you need to do is do the mount one.
Okay.
So, but I need to do it with a provision, with the external provision at this time.
Got it. Okay, cool. Feel free to throw the PRs in here when you get the chance.
You got it.
And that way people have a pointer to look at.
Got it. Will do.
Cool. I think we can keep this pretty short today then. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Nope.
Okay. And then anything in the group that folks were, nothing. Okay. All right. So we'll call it early. Have a good day.
You too.
Take care.
Bye-bye.